Sprite continues to step up to the bat here for the MVE Regional, showing us that something's got to compete with the metagame. Welcome to the Turbo Regional Breakdown. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. We have the MVE Regional Breakdown here for you guys, and this pie chart should be no surprise to 95% of you. Yay! Tearlaments, 4 of the top 8, and then there was a Sprite Tearlaments, which you may as well at this point just chalk that up to 5 Tearlaments decks in your top cut. We also had 2 Sprite decks in this bad boy, and technically 3 depending on how you want to group that up. And then you had a Floowandereeze player deciding that today was a day that they wanted to let the birds out to, you know, fly the coop. Good old pest birds. The Shizu tier ends up winning the regional. Robbie, are you excited for this? No, but I love covering information and seeing the ideas that players bring to the tables here for events like this. And, you know, not just because one event looks kind of god-awful on paper doesn't mean that other players aren't exploring other option trees here. As we go on over here for the first deck list, we have a Shizu tier. The most interesting thing out of this is I think they're playing Exchange of the Spirits. Haven't seen Exchange of the Spirits see any worth of play whatsoever. Honestly, if you play the card, you're leading yourself down a bricking path from what I've noticed. I think the card's really cute. We're also playing the Rainbow Salvation package. Honestly, those little innovations like that really make me love this deck, but only because I enjoy Exchange of the Spirits as a card. So, first place, pretty interesting little tech choices here. Next up is your more basic tier, playing the one Druist Herd. We've seen this all and time again. Triple Keldo, triple Kelbeck, triple Mudora with triple Agito. Man, they are just the brave today. All right, out here you have the possibility for full bricking, no cares in the world, and we're playing 2 copies of Crime down in the side deck. Yeah. I don't see anything else in this. Super Poly is an absolutely amazing card if you're a Tearlaments player. Next up, oh boy, we've extended out our deck count a wee little bit. I see that we're playing 1 Druist Herd. This regional does not give 2 craps about the Agito theory. They're just straight playing, you know, max Agito. That's kind of interesting. They just threw the theory out the window. They're like, you know, we don't care about this anymore. We're main decking the 1 Heart, which is fine, double Scream. And as for the rest of the innovations down the rabbit hole here, Unending Nightmare, I guess, is kind of interesting. Sure. Next up here is going to be birds. Finally, something interesting. We're playing Dimensional Fissure in this bad boy. Okay, I see you. Technically, if you go first and you open up to Di-Fi, you should win the game. Also, 44 cards. They were daring today. You know the whole SpongeBob meme, like, oh, feeling daring today? Yeah, 44 cards. Consistency. Yeah, Dark World No Mores, and a single Lightning Storm, and Jack in the hand, too. Wow. Interesting. Top 8 here, we have Sprite. Okay, so Nimble Angler package. I will say the Runic package for this deck has just been tossed away. Like, nobody really gives 2 craps about it at this point. We're still doing the Scythe package, which pretty standardized as well. I don't see any real change, you know, from wanting to deviate from a lot of the already existing good stuff that's established in the format. Scythe Luck. It's not a problem anymore, right? Yeah, not at all, per se. All right, as we move on along here, top 8, we have another... Oh, man, this one was feeling less daring today. We cut 1 copy of Agito. We're playing 2. We're playing 1 Druist Herd with 1 Diviner, which is fine. I see that we're also having access to the triple Magnamuts, and we are also playing triple Skill Drain. Skill Drain's good in this deck if you play against a lot of Rogue. Like, your matchup against Rogue feels relatively good at the end of the day with free Skill Drain chicken nuggies for you. And then next up here we have our combination tier with our mini Sprite package in it, per se. This deck basically is kind of takes the best of both worlds. It's kind of like Sky Strike Orcus, but, you know, not the best variant right now. I think once, you know, we see things get cut back in the Shizu tier, that you'll probably see people fall back on this variant, but it'll take a little bit of time. We're still playing the Nightmare Corruptor Ibly down there, which, okay, no Lingaribo anymore, so it is kind of free real estate now. And then we also have our last, yes, Sprite list here, where we're focusing on same basic stuff, man. Pot of Prosperity for filtering, full Sprite package as per usual. I don't see anything really too crazy out of left field for this, but I guess that's kind of how the metagame goes right now. Like, a lot of the decks look very, very, very much the same, but alas, that's it. So that wraps up your Turbo Regional. Evidently, I missed another regional where their top 3 was actually posted here. So this is going to be WCQ. I can't even pronounce that, nor am I going to try. This was won by Plants, actually. So this is going to be your Sun Avalon good stuff, effectively, here that we've kind of seen in the past. This one is playing Pot of Actual Avarice, though, for recyclability. We're actually maxing out on the triple unexpected die. We are playing the Thurian King Regulus in here, which is kind of nice. You're going to get a little bit more value off of that. The 2 Boreae, you got to love your, plant restrictions. I see we're also playing Anti-Spell Fragrance in here as well, which kind of adds a little more interesting flavor into this. Silent Graveyards, Chaos Hunters, Dimensional Barriers, all the other fun stuff that you need in order to kind of play the rest of the format, all available to you, all wrapped up in a nice little plant deck. So, even though the format still, once again, looks like an absolute pile of donkey, poop, little things shine through the crack here. Second place out of this regional was actually Sprite. So this is where, you can't discredit the top of the plant deck, because right behind it was, in fact, Sprite. We are playing double Druis Worm with triple Magnemite, which standard-ass ratios. We're also playing triple Sprite starter with the 1 Smashers. And then we are focusing on Djinn Buster. Is Djinn Buster kind of falling out of favor as of late? I don't particularly think so. We're also doing the 2 Nimble Anglers with the triple copies of Yield Nimble Beaver. And we're actually playing triple copies of Effect Veiler in this bad boy as well, along with a pointer of the Red Lotus. Honestly, this is pretty much what you would consider like all of the good old combination cards, all wrapped up from previous formats brought over here. You're like, oh, how did last format look? Well, this is going to be a good example for that. So, hey, you know what? Seeing the different iterations of Sprite that you can bring to the table here, not bad. And then the last list we had here for you is none other than... I love our meta choices here. This is Floowandereeze. Yay, Floowander! Double Dark Ruler no more in the main deck, which is fine. Alright, you continue to see this. I see that we also have Dimension Shifter as well. Standard good stuff here. We're playing the 1 spell card as well, and then we're playing triple copies of Ghost Reaper, and take something away from my opponent's extra deck. We have all of the extra deck targets that you really want to see, and we are playing the Ultimate Slayers with the Featherstorms, and then we're side decking Dimensional Fissure and the Macrocosmo here as well. You really are going to hit those high notes here for this particular regional, which actually is kind of nice. Outside of that, I think everything looks pretty interesting here overall. So a little bit of extra content for this video, but of course, guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.